Good evening and thank you for joining us once again for stories that made headlines. New fishing rights have been granted on the basis of gender balance. Special interest groups such as the youth, war veterans, the ability to create jobs and skills transfer. This was done to ensure that more people benefit from the country's fisheries and marine resources. About 95% of the fishing rights now belong to Namibians, with foreigners taking up the remaining 5%. The response from fishing rights applicants last year was overwhelming, according to Fisheries and Marine Resources Minister Bernard Esau, as a new record was set. A total of 1,400 applications were received this year. However, the ministry was only able to grant 60 new fishing rights. Tender exemptions have hit an all-time high, with billions being spent on procurement, with that reportedly following the more transparent, open bidding through the Tender Board of Namibia. This is according to a research by local think tank that has listed the Works and Transport Ministry as one of those that frequently ask for tender exemptions. Tender exemptions raise eyebrows in certain circles, as some argue this process is seemingly not transparent and thus susceptible to abuse and corruption. However, the Works and Transport Permanent Secretary, George Simata, says there is nothing wrong with this practice as it is provided for in the law. He says his ministry only opts for exemptions when the work that is supposed to be completed is highly technical and specialized. Diabetes is among the top 10 causes of death in Namibia, and the number of people contracting the disease is alarmingly on the increase. To this end, the Ministry of Health and Social Services, the World Health Organization, the private health sector, and the leading manufacturer of drugs for non-communicable diseases have organized a 4-day workshop in Windhoek to look at measures for the prevention and control of the disease. The workshop will also draft a national strategy on non-communicable diseases. Diabetes is a health condition in which the body cannot control the sugar levels in the blood, and more Namibians are contracting the disease. The first ever medical emergency center in the Hartap region's Centrum area opened yesterday. The Maritime Emergency Medical Center is a partnership between the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund and the Maita Fernandez Foundation. The $6 million center was built in memory of Maita Fernandez, a Spanish national who died in a car accident in that area last year. Jean-Charles Ayol and his fiancée, Maita Fernandez, were driving on the C27 gravel road when the accident happened. Ayol, the Moroccan national, survived the accident, but his fiancée succumbed to her injuries due to a lack of medical emergency services there. The Port Management Association of Eastern and Southern Africa and the Namibia Port Authority, NAMPORT, are to host a biennial African Ports and Maritime Conference at Swakopmund on the 27th to the 30th of this month. NAMPORT Chief Executive Officer Bisi Uirap says a number of speakers from African port authorities, regional economic blocs, international organizations and development partners will attend the conference. The Port Management Association of Eastern and Southern Africa aims to create a platform for port authorities and port operating companies in the two sub-regions to share ideas on the development of this sector and the challenges hampering efficient service delivery. In international news, Nobel Peace Laureate Archbishop Desmond Tutu has strongly condemned a new media law which South African MPs passed today. Tutu called it insulting and warned it could be used to outlaw whistleblowing and investigative journalism. South African journalists wearing black staged a protest against the so-called secrecy bill outside the headquarters of the governing African National Congress, ANC. The ANC says the law will safeguard state secrets and national security. And in sports news, the national netball team will have another run in the popular Singapore netball tournament next month. The team took part in the tournament for the first time last year. Preparations for the tournament in Singapore have already started in earnest, and the girls are raring to go this time. Their intention is to improve on last year's poor performance. The team was the laughingstock of the tournament as they suffered huge defeats at the hands of their opponents, something they want to rectify this time around. Those were the news making headlines. Catch us again tomorrow, same time. I'm Ferdinand Malane. Bye-bye for now.